G'day! In today's video, I'm saying goodbye to an old friend of mine, the MSI Delta 15. This particular one I've had since about early 2022. I purchased it second hand for about 1,200 Australian dollars at the time. It's got a Ryzen 7 5800H, 16 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and an RX 6700M 10 gig model. The 6700M was the reason why I held on for this laptop for so long and just kept using it rather than what I would usually do, which would be purchase a laptop, get used to its specs, and then sell it. This came up at just the right time, before COVID prices went really ridiculous, and I managed to purchase it secondhand off eBay. Brand new was going for around about 2,000. I paid around 1,200 Australian dollars, not US dollars. And it absolutely kicked the crap out of all the 3060 laptops I had prior. In battery life, performance, it was great. Over that time period, played plenty of games. Probably the only one that really challenged it was Dying Light 2. But everything else I was playing, it was perfect at. A 1920 by 1080 resolution screen at 240 Hz back in 2022 was pretty darn good, where most of the ones I was used to seeing were 120, 144. Why have I gotten rid of this? Why am I changing it? Well, not that I've really... It hasn't let me down, but my needs have changed. By that I mean, I don't have enough time to pull a laptop out, pull out a keyboard, or pull out a mouse, pull out my headphones, plug the power in, sit there and play a game. Just don't have that time anymore. Usually too busy. By the time I sit down on the couch, I'm usually done. I don't have a dedicated games room or anything like that. I've got 3 kids at home. I have no space to put something like that. So that's why I had a gaming laptop. So with this, performance on it was brilliant, battery life on it was brilliant, and also the price I purchased for was brilliant. Every time I looked at potentially selling it to then side grade or upgrade, nothing was worth it. All these machines with 3060s, 3070s were costing 1,600, 1,500. Granted, you could get some budget ones, which I already did, like the Acer Nitro 5 with a 10300H and 3060. Those ones are already there. I've already done them. I've already reviewed them. I was trying to look for something different. I couldn't find anything. Not at the price I was willing to pay. So now that my gaming habits have changed, what do I do with it? Well, I think the fairest thing is to put it up for sale. I've given it a fresh up. Since my ownership of it, I've changed it to 32 gig of RAM as opposed to 16. Playing with emulators. Emulators got very RAM hungry. RAM hungry. And then from there, I updated it, put more in it, and it seemed to be just fine. The only other issue I came across with my term with it was the hinges. The hinges on them. The right hand hinge became extremely sloppy, and the left hand hinge became extremely tight. To the point that I didn't really notice, because it kept getting tighter and tighter over time, that you don't really notice these things until it gets really bad. Where the point it felt like when I was pulling the lid down and opening it, it felt like it was bending in the middle. So the amount of tension that was required to open and close it. So prior to selling this, I've already done it. I've replaced the hinges on both sides, so now it's opening up and shutting with ease. What have I changed though? What have I changed? Well, let's introduce the ROG Ally. Funnily enough, that's what I've switched to. I found that my gaming habits on this were mostly older games, older single player games, quick save, quick load. What did I play on there? I finished playing Spec Ops: The Line. That's what I finished playing on there. Finished playing Spec Ops: The Line, then I played Homefront, both fairly old games. What am I playing on this right now? I'm playing Dead Space 2018. Never played it when it came out. I heard all the reviews about it. Friends raved about it. Never played it. So far I've played more games or game time on this in the last week than I've probably played on the last month of this laptop. Why? Convenience. Anyway, I'll go along with this in a different video. There's no point talking about the funeral while I'm at talk about a wedding while I'm at a funeral. Anyway, so the Delta 15, I'm basically done with it. The ROG Ally will be able to do what I wanted to do, even if it's just being used as a games console, it will do that. This here, I've got a work computer. I can easily have another work laptop quite easily if I need that at home. Or at this point in time, I don't. Most of my purchases for the store are done on my phone, quick and easy. I don't really need the laptop to do the accounting. I can do that at work. I have ample time in the mornings. So for now, no fault of its own. It's the goodbye to the MSI Delta 15. Hope this helps you with your thoughts on it. Hopefully this might reflect some of your similar thoughts with it, where it's not the machine letting you down, it's just purely your needs are changed. Bye.